Recent big increases in gas and electricity bills are to be investigated by the energy regulator. Ofgem says it's launching the review after the profit margins of Britain's energy companies jumped by nearly 40% in just 2 months. Our consumer editor, Chris Choi, reports.
Energy firms are making almost £100 from every household. As millions struggle to heat their homes, the industry's watchdog is kicking up a storm.
Worrying margins, worrying behaviour by the companies has led us to feel that the companies need to give assurance when prices are going up, that they're playing straight with consumers.
Ofgem says energy profit margins are up 38% since September, to the equivalent of £90 a year per household. That figure reflects a winter barrage of price increases. British Gas up 7%, Scottish and Southern up 6%, Scottish Power also up 4%.
But year after year after year, the companies were actually making a loss. This year, wholesale prices are high, and the regulator itself has referenced that and says that does put a squeeze on the companies.
This is what the probe is really about. A mountain of paperwork that comes courtesy of a recent change in the licensing conditions of the big energy firms. And somewhere in this avalanche of figures, some experts believe there's a smoking gun document that reveals we're being systematically overcharged.
Many insiders have called for more openness on energy margins and see the new investigation as a consumer landmark.
What this graph is showing really clearly is what the energy companies themselves are paying for energy, but just look at what we're paying for energy. There's a big gap between the two. It's probably as wide as it's ever been. For the first time, we're going to find out exactly what prices the companies have paid for their energy.
Today, we set up a consumer panel to look at the evidence Ofgem will be investigating.
I think the way they're behaving is not fair to most people, given that we're in a recession and we've been for some time.
Reduction in the costs and then freeze the prices then for a year or whatever. I mean, it's obvious they're making far too much money.
And basically, they charge you for being loyal to a business which is obviously making a lot of money and hiking prices when it gets cold.
Ofgem will probably go in meaning to do well, but it'll all end up being a rather fudge.
It seems unlikely that any action following this inquiry will come before the end of winter, and even less likely that if fault is found, refunds for customers would follow. Chris Choi, ITV.